Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In this video, I'm going to be answering some of your guys' questions relating specifically to Amazon FBA wholesale. Now, in the DMs over on my Instagram, I get loads of questions all the time regarding product sourcing, getting started, scaling, all these kind of things. So I thought I'd just make a quick video and jump on here on YouTube right now and answer some of these questions for you. Before we get started, if there are any unanswered questions from this video that you guys have that you want answering, drop us a comment, drop us an Instagram message, and we will be sure to answer them in depth in our coming videos. So let's just jump in and get started. So question number one, which is one I get all the time, is do you have to register a limited company straight away? Now, the short answer is no, okay? You can start off as an individual or as a sole trader. However, what I would recommend is if you are looking to scale this business and you are looking to actually grow it long term, then registering a limited company from day one is always a good idea, as it means everything's in one place and it will make your life contacting brands and suppliers and distributors and wholesalers 10 times easier, as you are actually a legitimate business as opposed to a sole trader or an individual person contacting the brand. It will simply just increase your success rate whilst opening these accounts. So no, you don't have to, but yes, I would recommend to. Question number two is, do you buy stock from wholesalers or do you go to the brand directly? Now, we do a bit of both. However, I would say 80% of our portfolio at the moment is actually brand direct. Okay. There is no right or wrong answer to this. However, what I would say is if you're going to really low barrier to entry, generic wholesalers from the UK, I'm sure if you're an Amazon seller, you probably know the ones I'm talking about, and you're simply not going to get any longevity. Your profitability, yes, you might find a product that makes 10, 15% margin today, but realistically, the margin is just going to drop. They're going to have an influx with new sellers always coming in, always starting. So I would recommend to not use any of those low barrier to entry wholesalers. What I would think about is going for higher barrier to entry accounts that maybe other sellers can't get. Typically, working brand direct is a good way to eliminate that competition and to set yourself different from everybody else, and something we have found success in, and all of our students have too. So the next question is, have you ever visited in-person trade shows or trade events to actually open a supplier account? Now, we personally haven't. However, it can be a good idea. One little gem for you guys: if you are thinking of attending a trade show, you can actually go on the website and look at all the attendees or all the people that are going to be at the show, all the businesses that are going to be at the show. There will be a full, complete list on the website. So if you can't make the trade show, or if you just want to go there to see what type of businesses there are, you can go through this list and you can contact them without actually going to the trade show. The benefit of going to a trade show is you're going to be able to build in-person rapport, and it's just going to put you off on a better stead going forward. So yes, it can be a good idea, but no, we haven't done it. Question number four is, how do you find products that have good profit margins? Okay, now this is the burning question that everybody wants to know, and everybody always asks me all the time in DMs is, how do you find products with good profit margin, or typically people that are suffering with a loss of profit margin, right? Now, the first thing I would think about is, what is the barrier to entry of the accounts that you're opening at the moment? If you email a supplier and first response, they send you a price list back with all of their trade pricing, typically it's a very low barrier to entry. If you're being able to acquire that account, so is probably 30, 50, 100 other Amazon sellers down the road, right? So they're all going to have access to the same pricing, the same accounts as you. Whereas you want to get accounts and work with brands that other people can't get, okay? And there is a specific way that you do this, and there is lots of components to it. However, what I would say is you need to get good at 3 key skills. Skill number 1 is actually sourcing the initial products. Now, we always source our products on Amazon before and then go out and contact the brand. I see a lot of people searching for wholesalers, searching for distributors on Google, all this kind of thing. Now, personally, in my experience, it doesn't work. Any distributors or wholesalers that you find are going to be investing lots of money into their SEO. They're going to be ranking well, and really, they're going to be accessible for everybody, right? So we find the product on Amazon first and then contact the brand. And the main reason why we actually do this is to make sure that we're contacting brands and trying to get products at a good price that we actually want to sell. Okay, I've spent loads of time in the past trial and erroring and really doing it the wrong way I contact a brand and I try to get an account, and maybe I'd get an account with them, but really it's not actually an account that we want. It's not going to give us longevity, it's not going to give us consistency, and it's not going to give us healthy profit margins. So ultimately, you need to find the product on Amazon first, make sure it's a good fit, make sure it meets all of your criteria checks, and make sure it's a product that you actually want to sell and want to have in your portfolio. As if not, you're simply just wasting your time doing the rest. Skill number 2 is getting great at contacting brands, knowing how to position yourself, how to articulate yourself, knowing what they want to hear, what they don't, and ultimately becoming really great at overcoming objections and getting these accounts open that other people can't get. Skill number 3 is being able to negotiate these prices. So if you do skills number 1 and 2, but you can't master number 3, then simply what you're going to find is low profit margins across the board. So skill number 3 is really the most important in negotiations. Being able to articulate your value to a supplier and giving them a reason as to why they should work with you, why they should give you, better pricing than, everybody else. So that is really the framework that I would use to increase my profit margins. And, we've seen it time and time again with all of the structures, all of the, the value adds, the positioning, everything that we do, we've seen it work time and time again for us and all of our students. So, if you really double down on those 3 key skills, you will see results and you will see an increase in profit margin. Question number 5 is, do you use a repricing software to reprice your products? Short answer is yes. Once you get over maybe 30, 40, 50 different products, you're going to see that it becomes extremely hard to actually manually reprice these products. I would say if you are doing anything above 5 to 10K per month in revenue with your Amazon business, then you should be investing in a repricing software. Profit Protector Pro is a good software that you can use, and I think it's about £30 per month, but I can assure you it will generate you much more in profit than that, just simply because it's obviously an automated tool that reprices live every single minute. So it makes you competitive and it reprices accordingly. So yes, I would definitely recommend investing in one of those. So next question is, how many products do you sell at any one time? So I would say at any one time we have around 120, 130, all the way up to 200 active SKUs at any one time. Now this can vary depending on the time of the year, what stock we've got in, all these different kind of things. But what I would say is you should spread yourself wide instead of thin. I've seen people in the past have Amazon businesses where they've scaled to 6 figures a month with maybe 4 or 5 products and maybe 1 or 2 different brands. However, if you do it that way, if one of the brands or one of the products goes, something bad happens, or the brand maybe wants to sell on Amazon themselves, or for whatever reason you can't sell it anymore, it takes a big chunk out of your business, right? Whereas I prefer to grow it wide. When I say wide, I mean have 20, 30, 40 different active brands that we work with, 100, 200, 300 different SKUs, so that if at any one point maybe 2 or 3 of the products or 2 or 3 of the brands, for whatever reason I can't sell them, we can still pay for the unit, we can still pay for the team, we can still pay all of our overheads and still make a profit. Okay, so what I would say is, don't spread yourself too thin. Definitely go wide and build a wide, sustainable portfolio. The next question is, how many weeks or months worth of stock do you buy from a supplier at any one point? Now, this really does vary on the type of product, the supplier, and so many different variables, right? In an ideal world, I would always buy between 3 to 4 weeks worth of stock at any one point, and I would continue to drip feed that. You always want to send more stock into Amazon when you've got roughly around 2 weeks worth of stock left. Okay, this is obviously for wholesale, not for private label, right? You don't want to overcommit to too much, but you don't want to have too little where you sell out, right? You always want to have at least 10 to 14 days worth of stock in at any point, and this is going to be able to maximize your sales and ensure that you don't sell out at any one time. What you don't want to be doing is just, so you can get, I see it all the time, just so you can get 5% better price, 6% better price, whatever, committing to 6 months worth of stock because you think it's going to make you loads of money, right? It's actually going to do the opposite, because the opportunity cost of you actually buying all that stock is the opportunity of you putting the money into other products, right? So I'd prefer to take a slightly less margin and not overcommit to the stock, as opposed to overcommitting to way too much stock for the sake of getting a small discount. Now, if it's a large discount or if minimum order quantities make you have to buy more stock, then sometimes you may have to overcommit to maybe 1, 2, 3 months worth of stock. But generally, as a rule, I would stick to 4 to 6 weeks is a good amount. And finally, question number 8 is, how easy is it to find good products? Now, it really depends on your knowledge. If you have the right knowledge and you have the right skill set, you have the right systems, the right processes, the right acquisition systems, it is really easy to find good products. A lot of people are looking for products, but really they don't actually know what good products look like, right? And I'm speaking this from experience. I definitely did it, and I get people come to me all the time saying, I need to learn how to negotiate, I need to learn how to do this, this, and this, when really it all stems from the initial product, right? And they're not getting the initial product right. And they don't actually know what a good product looks like, what they should be looking for, and what's going to benefit their long-term business, okay? They're just looking at the sales volume, how much money they can make, and etc., right? Whereas there is a process and a framework that you should follow for this. Okay. And I've seen it work with myself and I've seen it work with my students. And I've trial and errored this over the past 3-4 years. Okay. So if you have the correct framework and you have the correct acquisition systems, finding great products is really, really easy. That being said, if you are an Amazon seller within the UK and you're really looking to take your wholesale business to the next level, you're looking to scale it, maybe even up to the 6 figures per month range in revenue, go to the description of this video and there will be a link to book in a call with either myself or my team. Okay. So we help existing Amazon sellers scale their businesses through our frameworks, our plug and play documents, all of the systems, all of the processes, the frameworks, the strategies, templates, everything that we use in our business to have grown it to a multiple 7 figures per year business. We teach you and we give you all the frameworks. Okay. We'll have an informal conversation about where it is you're at now, what your goals are, what you're looking to achieve, and then ultimately whether or not we are a good fit and whether or not we can help you grow your business. Okay. Go to the description of this video, book in a call, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Thank you for watching the video, and I will see you in the next one.